Hi, I'm Amrita, a cloud support engineer here at the AWS office in Bangalore. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the pgAudit extension to audit database roles, tables, and columns for your Amazon Relational Database Service for PostgreSQL instance. Let's get started. To set up the pgAudit extension, let's turn on the pgAudit extension on our RDS for PostgreSQL instance by modifying the custom parameter group that's associated with the DB instance. We must use a custom parameter group because you can't modify the default parameter group. Search Aurora and RDS. Navigate to the parameter groups. Choose on the pgAudit custom parameter group which is associated with your RDS instance. Click on Edit. In the Shared Preload Libraries parameter, add pgAudit to the list in the Values field. Use a comma to separate items in the list of values. Reboot the RDS for PostgreSQL instance so that your change to the Shared Preload Libraries parameter takes effect. When the instance is available, verify that pgAudit was initialized. Use pSQL to connect to the RDS for PostgreSQL instance. Now we are connected. Run the show Share Preload Libraries command. With pgAudit initialized, you can now create the extension. After you initialize the library, you must create the pgAudit extension because the extension installs event triggers to audit the data definition language statements. Next, run this command. The extension is created. Choose Edit. Find the pgaudit.log parameter in the parameter group list. Then set it to appropriate value for your use case. By default, the value is set to none and no database changes are logged. For now, I am setting it to DDL. Save changes. Depending on how you configure the pgAudit extension, the log entry can include the schema, the user who made the changes, and other details. You can set up auditing to track changes for each session by the user. For the session level, you can capture the fully qualified command text. Or you can set up auditing to track changes for each object by the user and the database. You activate the object auditing capability when you create the RDS_pgAudit role on your system and when you add the role to the pgaudit.role parameter in your custom parameter group. For this, we will connect to the RDS for PostgreSQL instance, then run the create role RDS pgAudit command to create a database role that's named RDS_pgAudit. Finally, set the pgaudit.role parameter to RDS_pgAudit in the custom parameter group. Go to Edit. Search for pgaudit.role parameter. Set it to RDS_pgAudit. Save changes. To use the pgAudit extension to audit a specific database, run the alter database command and include your database name. This overrides the system setting and allows full auditing for that database. To test it, connect to the database and run this query. We are connected to the test database and we'll run this query. You'll see the log entries showing up in the Postgres log files. From the logs and events, go to logs. The log entries are showing up in the logs. Next, let's use the pgAudit extension to configure auditing for specific roles. Run these commands and include your role names. To verify that auditing is configured, run this query. Now I am disconnecting from the database. Let's test the pgAudit logging behavior of your roles. First, I am logging in as test1 role. Run the create table query using the test1 role. Now I am disconnecting from this role. Now log in as the test2 role. Run the create table query using the test2 role. Now we'll check the logs. This is how the log output appears for two different roles. Now let's use the pgAudit extension to audit tables. Run these commands to grant the necessary permissions to the RDS pgAudit role so that the role can audit data access on a specific table. Now I will run a select query to see how it appears in the logs. Note how any select on the table column gets logged. Finally, let's use the pgAudit extension to audit columns. You can audit columns for a specific table, such as when sensitive data exists in only one column. For example, you can run these commands to create a payroll table that has a sensitive column with salary data that must be audited. Note that the pgAudit audits any select that includes the salary column. If you want to set auditing at the instance level, then change the value of the pgaudit.log parameter in the TB parameter group. So now you know how to use the pgAudit extension to audit database roles, tables, and columns in your Amazon RDS for PostgreSQL instance. Thanks for watching, and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.